Hello, we're Group 29, and today we're going to do a company analysis on Kamesho Sushi. Today, these will be the things that we're discussing. And now let's start with the company overview.
Today is Kamesho Sushi, which is a smaller sushi restaurant located in Kanawa, Beppu. Because there are many ryokan and onsen around this restaurant, it is a very convenient location for tourists. Therefore, one of the target markets for this restaurant is tourists as well as people of higher financial status because its pricing range is higher than others. In addition to this, the current marketing objectives and performance is for serving higher quality dishes than other restaurants, as well as satisfying customers with greater customer service. For analysis now, one of their strengths is their popularity, as it helps to grow their company. Over time, they have been able to establish a good relationship with their customers, and they have been able to grow a loyal customer base. In addition to this, they have been able to maintain their positive reputation within the company. Despite only being Japanese staff, they are able to provide good customer service to both international and domestic students. As customer service is an important aspect that contributes to the customer's experience, it is their strength that they are able to serve both these people. The company, however, for weaknesses, has many weaknesses that must be taken into consideration. For example, they do not have a company website, so that their company lacks online presence. For tourists looking for somewhere to eat, they only have online reviews to rely on. This may affect their buying decision and may mean that the company loses sales. Although it is a small restaurant, by adding a website or other ways to contact them, they will increase their market exposure to a greater audience. Opportunities, because the location is quite inconvenient for students, if they had provided a delivery service, they would be able to serve more customers. By catering to these needs, the reputation for customer service may also increase. Also, as sushi is already a healthier fast food option, by promoting this image, health-conscious customers are more likely to come here. The main threats for this company are its pricing competition and lack of unique aspect. Due to the simplicity of sushi, there isn't a lot of variety in the seasonal products that can be provided, without charging the customers at a higher price. This is a weakness as their menu diversity isn't up to par as other types of fast food, such as hamburger chains. Also, as their price range is higher than other sushi, this may affect customers' buying behavior and cause potential customers to look to other locations to eat.
Talk about company objective, which is our goal is to be ready to Rugby World Cup, which is coming to Oita in 2019, and we have 1 year to prepare. In order to achieve our goals, we would want to cooperate with Beppu cities and universities in Beppu, such as APU, which have a lot of international students, and we think this goal is realistic because Beppu cities also want to promote their cities, and we would want to cooperate with Beppu cities to promote our restaurant through information centers and all over the brochure as a recommended restaurants, as well as for universities such as APU, which has a lot of international students who seeking and looking for part-time jobs. It will be easy for us to hire an English speaker employee and part-timers, as well as making English menus, and hopefully we could have websites contain information in both English and Japanese to welcome all of the tourists and customers from all around the world and around Japan. And we would work on this from August 2018, which is this year, until September 2019, which is a month before Rugby World Cup in Oita in 2019.
As stated before, the main target company, target of our company is that of tourists and people of higher financial status. This can be seen evidently in their 4 Ps. For example, their product is that of a higher quality than their competitors such as Meiji Sushi or Kappa Sushi. This can be seen in the various reviews seen online where they specifically mention the quality of the fish. They're placed in a very convenient spot where it's near the Jigoku hot spring tour, as well as in close proximity to 2 hotels and 1 onsen. In their promotion, as you mentioned before, they don't have a website. They rely heavily on word of mouth and from online reviews. This keeps the market small and in their grasp, and within that circle of tourists and people of higher financial status. And lastly, their prices that are appropriate to the target market as well. And now we are going to talk about the position, where the company's position in the minds of most of their consumers. So we believe that Kamesu Sushi is presenting themselves as a higher end, more expensive, more luxury sushi product when compared to their competitors. This can be seen in a lot of the way they run their business. As mentioned before, the price of their sushi is vastly higher than their competitors. For example, some menu items in Meiji Sushi are 1/3 the price of the ones in Kamesu Sushi, and this can also be seen in their place where they choose to be. They choose to be in a prime tourist spot of Kanawa, which again positions themselves higher in their company positioning, because they want to expose themselves to more rich and more financially well-off consumers. In their promotion, this also is evident because of their method of word of mouth. They only want their consumers to know where they are, what kind of product they sell, and what is the quality of their product. And this can also be seen in the way they design their place. Kamesu Sushi is a very small, very luxurious type of restaurant. There's relaxing lounge music, the decor is very modern, and the place has very limited seating. This again creates lines outside, which again feed into that air of exclusivity and air of higher end products that is attractive to their customer base.
Introduced about marketing mix, especially 4-piece. We use 4-piece conception for the marketing mix. So the product represents a high quality sushi to customers. So it's like keep serving delicious sushi is already fine. So next is so lack of ingredients. When you go to Kamesu Sushi for dinner, it's like there are so many empty menu on the board. So we want to suggest to solve lack of ingredients. So next one is create a new menu, such as season limited edition. So we can enjoy the limited sushi at that every single seasons. So for the price, reasonable. Compared with products, the price is really reasonable, we thought. So don't need to decrease the price don't need to decrease the price. But if they want to make more profit from the sushi, they can just increase the price. And next is promoting inexpensive limited dishes that can help customers to enjoy a lot of sushis. And for place represents the location where it has good accessibility. So location is on Kanawa, like as we said. So better to open a new chain near to Beppu Station, because Kanawa is really hard to go, has difficult accessibility. So lastly, for promotion part, represents all of the communications that a marketer may use in the marketplace. So using Kanawa's features, that there are so many onsens in Kanawa area, so we can just suggest like have a slogan in Kamesu Sushi, like have a delicious sushi after onsens. So here was our marketing mix. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the strategy and objective alignment. First up, we will talking about the short-term goal, which is making use of the Rugby World Cup in Oita in 2019 as an opportunity to further increase the profit. We can collaborate with the organizer to advertise to further advertise the reputation of the shop. And we can also collaborate with university in Beppu to employ good English employees to work with international tourists. Alongside with that, we will focus on other aspects of the shop, like shop is located in a tourist area. It's good, but it's kind of inconvenient to some people, and the customers will have to wait in line for tables. After that, it will be the long-term goal of the shop, which is maintaining and improving the reputation of the shop, and slowly becoming a national sushi brand. That would be the long-term goal of the shop. Okay, now for the implementation for the short-term plan. First up, we can collaborate with the APU, as we know, because APU students are generally good at English and Japanese, and they are always students seeking for part-time job. We can employ them to deal with international tourists and create an English menu for them. Additionally, we can come up with an idea to collaborate with the Rugby World Cup organizers, like selling one ticket including a box of sushi. It will have a lower price than buying the two things separately. And then we have some solutions for the other aspects, like opening more branches for people at different area, and possibly food delivery service, and increasing the space of the shop. These solutions would rather solve the customer's waiting problem and the inconvenience problem. We can create bundle pricings by buying 3 to 4 products in a bundle. Bundle will have a lower price than buying it separately. For example, like one salmon sushi, one horse sushi, plus one soba bowl. Because of the luxurious of the shop. We can also occasionally promote campaigns and having sales over some expensive food for customers to have better experience with the products of the shop it gives to the customers. Finally is the long-term plan, like we were just maintaining and improving the quality and reputation of the shop, and slowly starts opening more branches in different cities. This should be the long-term plan, and Kamiso Sushi can potentially become a national sushi brand.
That was our company analysis of Kamiso Sushi. Thank you very much for listening.